I'm doing great. How are you?
Are your bruises healed?
I think they're all pretty much gone.
You know, I just punched your name into Google, and it really doesn't seem like you've been talked
Hey,
about
did he
much
have to
the
use
last
word
week.
punch?
Yeah, he said punched.
You haven't really been in the news lately.
That's good.
Yeah, I mean, we're like, Gavin DeGraw, who? Who's that guy?
Isn't that the guy that got beat up by a bunch of street toughs in New York when he was leaving his own bar?
When he says street toughs, they mean little kids?
Yeah. Oh, can you imagine? They were sucking on pacifiers the whole time.
Oh, well.
Very interesting.
There you go.
After a late-night rave, I guess.
So then there's the whole walking into the cab incident.
Exactly, supposedly.
Right.
All right, well, let's recount. Give us your description of what you remember from that night, because there are a lot of people who are worried. You blew up on Twitter.
Basically, I've been out with Maroon 5 and Train for the summer tour, which was perfect timing for me with the album coming out and Not Over You being released and things like that. Really great timing for me. Really nice cross-section of fans to play to. And then I had a night off in New York City where I happen to own a music venue called the National Underground. So I go out there, I meet up with some friends downtown, have a few drinks with my buddy, put him in a taxi, and I leave the bar shortly after that to walk home. Walk the route I typically would walk, and got about maybe 5-6 blocks. I bumped into a group of people, and, they had something to say to me that I didn't appreciate.
Did they say that they didn't like the song The Chariot?
They hated Chariot.
Right.
There was something about the beat.
As a guy, man to man, you didn't instigate at all? Like, you didn't talk any trash to him to lead to this?
No, I definitely let them know I didn't appreciate what they said to me.
Okay.
Why would you say that to me,
We didn't like your body as a wonderland. Why would you say that to me? That was John Mayer. Is that what went down?
Or something. No, it was just literally, they had something to say. They see a guy by himself. They wanted to pop off to a stranger. It's very normal in that neighborhood. I'm not really a guy who's afraid of the world. So I embrace my independent lifestyle, even at the cost of one night. That's a rough night. You know what I mean? The fact is, my whole career is based out of New York City, and I've had thousands of amazing nights in New York City.
Well, let's talk about how you're feeling now.
I feel great now. It's all my injuries have physically healed up. So I was able to get back out on tour, even finish up the tour with Maroon 5 and Train, which was really important to me, to get back out there and at least bookend it, And that also is, a way of, it's just a demonstration of, it's really not that big a deal to get dinged up.
Now, Gavin, I'm looking at a picture of you from Clive Davis's 2005 pre-Grammy party.
Whoa.
Whoa is right. I want to know if the fluffy, curly, I just took my hair out of a set of rollers look is still working for you.
You like that look?
Oh, I love it.
Although, not to say I don't appreciate a good perm.
Let me tell you, those are some nice curls.
No, I cut my hair a lot shorter now. It's easier to wash.
That hairstyle looked awfully difficult to maintain.
There was no maintaining.
When you have a fro, you let it go.
Well, it's not fro. Think of it long and luscious and like big, giant curls.
Jealous?
She's extremely jealous.
Jealousy!
Well, after the night happened where you got into a fight with a couple of toughs, people launched out on Twitter. In fact, this area blew up because you have a strong following in Philadelphia. So we asked some of our listeners to pose questions either on Twitter or on Facebook. And this one comes from Twitter. It's from MLSSQUI. She wants to know when you're coming back to Philly and if your number one fan in Hershey can bring you cookies.
Ooh, I'm not sure the date that I'm back in Philly or the date that I'm back in Philly, but I'll definitely take the cookies.
Okay, this one comes from Facebook. One of our listeners wants to know if you've perfected karate. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, it's karate.
Karate.
Oh, karate. No, I wouldn't say that I am a student of the karate, although I do like the robes that they wear. And everybody likes different color belts. It's nice to have options.
And again, you can tweet Gavin anytime you want, at Gavin DeGraw on Twitter.
That's right.
Do you stay on Twitter quite a bit and reach out to people a lot?
I do, yeah, of course.
Let's talk about the album. How excited are you about this album compared to the ones that you've done in the past?
I honestly think that this is the best thing I've ever done. And it's not, and I think what makes it the best thing I've done is that it isn't all me. Guys like Andrew Frampton and Butch Walker and Ryan Tedder from One Republic. And
Well, I know personally a lot of guys definitely appreciate the song Not Over You because a ton of guys feel that way when it comes to past relationships. Where'd that inspiration come from?
Had nothing to do with my ex-girlfriend.
I was going to ask you, what has changed for you from the music that you're putting out 5 years ago till now?
There's a freshness about this record that it feels like the freshness of a first album. But at the same time, I think that there's just a little bit, there's more experimentation on this album than on the first record.
You can purchase Gavin DeGraw's album Sweeter. It's out now. Not Over You is the latest single off that album. It's incredible. Gavin DeGraw, thanks so much for hanging out with the Wake Up Crew.
Man, thank you guys so much. It was a pleasure. I'm doing great. How are you?